I have seen one or two things in my life.
But never anything like this.
And you know, there is something very important that we need to do as soon as possible.
What's that?
All right.
Yeah, I should have known that was coming.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just good to be back.
Yeah, man. Took a little break and come back with a heavy hitter like this one, man. The damn.
Oh God, yeah.
Dreams.
I don't think it would go.
Dream Story.
Right.
AKA Dream Story, AKA Traum Novelle.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think you can go Christmas without seeing this film and reviewing this, because we had this planned, didn't we, for a while?
Yeah.
So yeah, really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, man. It's a wild ass movie, man, and like if you watch it for like just once, I think you're doing yourself a disservice, because you gotta watch. This is a repeated viewing type, mess with your brain kind of damn film, you know.
I think, like, I've watched it 3 times now. So the first time I watched this, I liked it. I give it like a 7 out of 10. But I was so kind of intrigued with it that I put it on again straight after. So I sort of kind of left it as a 7 out of 10. But going back to it this time, I won't give it away. But yeah, that just went higher and higher for me.
Yeah, this is a lot of people consider this Kubrick's best, which is
right.
kind of insane, you know.
Yeah,
it's close to it for me anyway, because you know I'm such a damn diehard Shining fan. But
yeah, I think The Shining is a perfect film in every way.
Yeah,
and this is kind of just below it. But I do actually think in time that this may get to a 10 out of 10 for me. At the moment, it's a strong 9. But I could watch this film over and over. And I mean, the time of it as well is just under 3 hours. and it just goes like that, man.
It does, man. A lot of people
It flies by.
a lot of people complain about the pacing, saying that there's a lot of traveling, too much walking and talking, and I don't think so, man. Not when you got great dialogue. You know, that makes a difference. If it's no, I just got through watching was it the Carlos Tabota films?
Okay, yeah.
Carlos Enrique Tabota. I watched those 3 films, and man, that was a chore to get through those. I didn't like them at all, man. I was really surprised. I wanted to like them. I thought they were going to be great, but anyway, man. Let me catch the chat right quick while I'm rambling on and shit. So, we got Texas, man. What's going on? Welcome back to the panel of pain. Yeah, man.
Hey, Tex.
Yeah, man. Texas always here. You got Corey in here. What's going on? Wilkie's Movies and Music, man.
Hey, man.
Got a channel going. Y'all check him out, man. He's got some good stuff going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Holland Oates, what's up, fellow perverts?
Hey, Holland. Yeah.
Now, this is not. I don't think this is a perverted movie. I think it's a great film about relationships with your wife, and yeah, it's just uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, jealousy. It's kind of, you could be in a relationship for however long, and it's just that one stupid moment when you're drunk. In this case, she has pot, and then bang, everything just, it could just turn in one comment.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Why, on the why and the hows and the who's and the what and all that.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with this.
You got Sydney Eubanks in here. What's up, man? What's going on? Man. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's see. Everybody's saying, hey. Let's see. Yep. So cool. Oh, Sydney says, Eyes Wide Shut is a very good movie. Yeah, man. I'm glad you appreciate it, man, because a lot of people, I don't know if they necessarily shit on it, but it got pretty bad reviews from critics when it came out. I know that it wasn't exactly what Kubrick wanted, but I don't think any film is, because I've heard that he was still editing The Shining while he was filming Eyes Wide Shut. He was still fucking editing The Shining.
Wow.
That's just how of a perfectionist he is. And it definitely comes through in his films. And he's also my favorite director of all time. He's just so damn meticulous in his craft. And I know he drives the shit out of people. He's pissed a lot of people off. Like Harvey Keitel was supposed to be in this movie.
Yeah.
And he got pissed off because he said that he felt that Kubrick was insulting him, but he made him go through a doorway 68 times, and just shit like that, So
this is crazy. This was like something 3 years in the making, I think, and then actual shooting time was a year and a half.
Yeah, he had,
which is insane.
Kubrick bought the rights to make this movie. He bought the rights to Dream Story, Tram Novelle. It's like a novella that was written in 1926. And I'll tell you something about this that a lot of people might not know, and I just found out my damn self, that Adolf Hitler hated this damn book. He called it pornography filth or some shit like that. And but the guy Schnitzler was, I think, Jewish that wrote it. And then, of course, Kubrick's Jewish as well. And I kind of see, he definitely wanted to make this film, but he wanted to make it right after A Space Odyssey 2001. But his wife said no. She was afraid it would ruin their marriage because of what's involved in the film.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because he was well known for something like 50, 60 takes. Just an insane amount of time. Every shot is like a painting, and you can tell that for most of his films. And he was so obsessive. But he kind of lived, sort of breathed, sleep this film until it was done. And it's a shame what happened, with him passing away. Don't know whether he really got to show his vision, like you just said. I'm not sure how much of it was edited after his death. But it's we'll come on to that. But I mean, it's a great film either way.
I think it's been said that like 20 minutes was removed from Warner Brothers.
Okay.
And Kubrick was pissed off, furious about the shit. And then it's so weird because, like 4 days later he died. But
so is those 20 minutes lost then, or are they been in the version we see now?
Do what?
Do you know the 20 minutes you just said that got cut?
Yeah.
Is that in the film now, as we're watching it now?
No.
Oh shit! Has it ever been found?
Nope.
God, that would be gold.
I think Warner Brothers just did what they wanted, and it's very strange though that shit was just discarded or whatever, whatever the hell happened,
I wonder if they made like the orgy scenes a little bit harder, or.
Well, I know like the original cut that came out in the theaters, they digitally put people in the way of some of the sex scenes and the orgies. And I remember because I've seen something with Roger Ebert. He was pissed off about it, saying that they shouldn't have did that to Kubrick's film and shit. But
like insulting him in a way.
His work of art or whatever he said. I don't know, but yeah. Let me see. I got a couple more messages here. Let's see. Sydney says Tom Cruise can make any woman be in love with him in any movie. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely got that appeal.
Let's see. Wild Wrangler. Hey, everybody watching Event Horizon. Okay, cool.
Hey, Wrangler.
Yeah, that's another good one, man. I like Event Horizon a lot. Wrangler saying, hey, what's going on, man?
Not much, man.
Everybody's saying, hey. But yeah, man. So the budget was like $65 million. And this is Stanley Kubrick's highest grossing film worldwide. Made $162 million.
Wow.
But it was his second highest in the U.S. But it's got Tom Cruise in it. He's playing Dr. William Harford. It's got Nicole Kidman playing Alice Harford, his wife. You got Sidney Pollack is playing Victor Ziggler, and then that's the main three. I'm not going to go through the whole cast, but I know that Nick Nightingale, which I didn't know, was a great friend of Stanley Kubrick's. The guy that plays Nick Nightingale.
Okay, I didn't know that. I know Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in the interviews they did for this film after Kubrick's death. They were really like they loved that man, because they were almost crying. I know Nicole Kidman was crying in her interview, and you could see like Cruise was a bit upset. And they obviously was, I think the story is they went to the funeral and they were kind of like expecting him to just pop up from somewhere because they couldn't believe he was dead.
Yeah.
Just sad.
Yeah, I've seen those interviews and they look awkward when they're being interviewed about it.
Yeah.
It's like strange, it's just weird watching the interview, like their reaction on certain about Kubrick's death.
But then you put into that, like they spent a year and a half actually filming, because I think Tom Cruise said to Kubrick at the time, he said, "Can you just let me know if this is going to be 2 years, 1 year?"
Oh, well, that was another thing. Yeah. They had contracts. They had contracts that they couldn't work on anything.
Right.
And but they did. They still worked on other things. But if Kubrick called them and they had to, shoot something, they had to drop whatever they're doing and go, And also he made Kubrick and Kidman not share notes. Like they couldn't share notes. He kept Cruise off the set when she was having those scenes with the naval officer.
Right.
He made him pose in 50 sexual positions naked.
Shit. Yeah.
But I mean, I think he did it to increase the jealousy thing between Kidman and Cruise because they were really married. But yeah, it's pretty wild the way Kubrick would work, man. I
think Cruise has mentioned that as well after the fact, and I think he said something like, I'm glad in a way that I didn't get to see any of those shots, and because that could have really strained out a marriage at the time.
It did.
Yeah. You can imagine,
divorced.
Yeah.
They got divorced not long after this movie. So,
wow, I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
was it a matter of months or was it a year or two after?
I'm not real. I should have looked that up. I don't know, but I know this is in the Guinness World Book of Records for the longest shoot on a film.
Film shoot.
It was at the time. It's 400 days. 15 months. So like shit. Nonstop. Like, crazy. Yeah.
And I think it was in the works like 2 years before that as well. The script and everything was being done.
Yeah, because I think he started shooting, or they started in 96, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And then 99 is when it came out. They finished in 98, but.
Yeah. Because didn't Cruise turn up in a helicopter when he first met Kubrick? He turned up in this helicopter and he said it was so fucking strange and surreal, just being guided down into Kubrick's garden.
Yeah,
and he said they hit it off kind of straight away.
Yeah, because Kubrick was he had a fear of flying, so everybody had to come to England to do shit.
Yeah,
but he did do some exterior shots in New York or whatever. He had a whole damn set built in England, like a whole block.
Well, I was going to ask you about that because I know obviously you've done your homework on this film. I know you've covered it on another stream and that.
Yeah.
What parts are actually in the UK and what parts are actually, because all that New York stuff, is that actual New York when he's in the streets, when he buys the newspaper and getting followed and all that?
Nope.
No. Okay.
You like exterior shots that you see Cruise are all done in England. And then some of them are even a projector behind him. Like he's walking on a treadmill. Have you seen that? No. He's walking on a treadmill and there's a projection screen behind him of New York. Can't even tell hardly. But
man, I had me convinced because I thought it was done in two places. I thought the mansion stuff would have been in the UK, but now you said that, that's blown my mind a little bit because I thought that was just New York. It looked exactly like it.
Yeah, it's Pinewood Studios in is that England? I guess
that's in London. Yeah, part of London.
That's where they filmed
where he lived.
That's where they filmed all like the James Bond films and.
That's right. Yeah, I think he was from.
Kubrick worked on some Bond film. At least one Bond film. He did the lighting for. I think it was Moonraker. I think it was.
Oh God, that makes sense. Actually,
if I'm wrong,
that would.
Yeah. But he did the lighting. He's long time ago. But
yeah, that would kind of make sense. The moon and all that, just to add to all the theories of. What went on with 2001 and all the, landing on the moon and all that. But, he's just a fascinating director. Every film, and I've not liked all of them, but every film I've seen, you can see the effort, that went into each film. The obsessiveness, the attention to detail.
Yeah.
The guy is, I can't think of anyone, better at doing that. Just a genius.
He's just so damn ridiculous, man. And I know he pissed a lot of people off, but I think that they just ran out of patience, most of them, and so many people have said that he was so horrible to women, but there's a lot of men actors that said he was like rough on them too. I mean, it's just him trying to get his perfect vision. That's just the way his shit worked.
Well, I think with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, they said he could be hard at times, but he was, he was like a lovely guy underneath it all. He was just ruthless in the fact that, kind of like Fulci in a way. Fulci had that reputation with women as well, and
exactly.
Fulci had a vision.
Those two directors could not be directors today. They'd probably get locked up. Probably.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, man, it's so I was gonna credit. I got to credit a guy named Rob Ager. If y'all have never heard of him, he brought up a point about the Christmas lights. Every time you see Christmas lights in the film, there's like there's a sexual nature to each scene behind the people. Like you'll see the Christmas lights behind them, and then some women you'll see when they're talking to Dr. Bill, they're like you'll see a Christmas tree, but it's not lit up, like so there's no sexual, there's nothing sexual there. But every time there's something sexual, whether it's from him desiring something or from them desiring him, you'll see Christmas lights. So I thought it was pretty damn interesting. That's Rob Ager from Collative Learning, I think that's his. Yeah,
Collative Learning on YouTube.
Yeah, man, he's great. But there's some other things like, I'm trying to remember how many. Like I know I've seen this movie I've seen it over 5 times now. It's for sure. And every time I see it, I see something damn different. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah. Did you start off when you first seen this? Was it? Were you on board with it straight away and you loved it straight away, or did it kind of grow on?
I've seen it when it came out on video back in '99, and and I was just I was too busy doing other shit. I was young, and
that's what I remember you saying. Yeah.
I was just too busy to really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, but then I'd seen it. I've seen it several times, and probably the past couple years I've seen it the most. Like 3 times. But
I think it's every Christmas now. I always put it on. At least
definitely. I think it's the darkest Christmas story there is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because we'll get into it. But I mean, it does go into like kind of Giallo territory, like halfway through, or a little bit less than halfway through, with the whole murder mystery. Again, we'll come on to it. We'll probably go through some of the scenes.
It's a great damn mystery, and it's like it's a mystery that'll never be solved because there's so many. It's open for interpretation. Like so many people discuss this film, and there's so many points of view on it. It's insanity. There's no clear cut answer to certain things that happen in the film, but we'll go through it completely.
Yeah.
Let me catch the chat right quick. Let's see. Everybody's saying, "Hey." There's my beautiful wife. Hey, I'm supporting. Yeah, she's always supporting me. It's awesome. Let's see. Wild Wrangler is telling me Mickey Mouse will be public domain in 2024. Oh shit! That's gonna be some crazy. There's no telling what they're gonna do with Mickey. Let's see. Alpha Romero. Hey guys, huge Eyes Wide Shut fan. Yeah, man.
Oh, nice, man. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man. Glad you're here. Got Sydney Eubanks. The sex scenes was inspired by the movie Showgirls, Basic Instinct, and Fatal Attraction. Yeah, I did see that. He did watch those while he was shooting this film, or right before production, before shooting started. I
mean, every film you mentioned there, I absolutely love, and I'm a big kind of erotic, film fan. But I think this, even though this is an erotic thriller, I think this is so much more.
It was marketed as an erotic thriller, but I don't know, man, that it is really. I mean, it's not I mean, it kind of is, you know, but it's
Yeah,
got this anxiety fucking feeling the whole film. Like, you
yeah.
know, it's different than most erotic thrillers. If you put it in that
I
category.
mean, I would put it above like every film mentioned in that list, even though I love them. But like Basic Instinct, I'm a big fan of as well. But this is kind of on a different level to them. I think this is just we'll come on to it, but it's just one amazing film. I think.
And to touch
on
else,
every level.
I forgot to mention the guy Schnitzler, the guy that wrote the book in 1926, the novella. So him and Sigmund Freud, like, I feel like they influenced each other from things that I read anyway about dreams and what they mean, interpretations of dreams, things of that nature. And we got Agoraphobe in here. What's going on, man?
Hey, man. Been watching his streams over the last few weeks, like his watch-alongs and that.
Yeah, I've been kind of taking a break from the YouTube, man, a little bit.
Oh, I'll try to, but it's so addictive at times.
Right.
You know, I'll have a film all planned to watch, and then I'll start watching some of you guys' streams, and then I'm just, I'm there then all night, basically.
Right. Let's see. Okay, people are talking. And let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Wild Wrangler says, finally got Cobweb. Not watched it yet. Okay. Yeah, I watched that the other day. Yeah, I'll save that because we're supposed to do I don't know if we still are. I haven't heard, but I'm supposed to do a stream right after this one. And we're supposed to talk about recent watches and
yeah, I'll be interested to hear what you think of that because that's what I've been meaning to watch.
Yeah, I kind of figured it out. So usually when I figure a movie out, it kind of pisses me off. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Let's see. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. It's just I figured it out. There's certain things with CGI I didn't like. I never hardly ever do.
Is it worth a blind buy or would you just stream it first?
I would say stream it first, man, because knowing your taste, you might watch it one time and be like, okay, that was good. But
okay, yeah,
that's what I'll probably never watch it again. But that's what Gorephobe's saying here. He says, watched it once, enjoyed the watch. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for one time watch. Let's see. But I know a lot of people love it though. So, you know, we're all different. You know, it's all good. Gorephobe says Kubrick's always great. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. He's like I said, I don't know if you were in here, but he's definitely my favorite director of all time. So, Sydney Eubank says Kubrick was a director that will always push you to the limits on screen or off screen. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people hate him for that, and a lot of people love him for that. So, you know, like whichever path, you know. Let's see. Alfa Romero says the film feels heavily influenced by Ingmar Bergman to me. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Ingmar. I've just now started getting into his stuff, and man, he's an amazing director as well, dude. I've watched 3 of his films so far. Serpent's Egg, The Seventh Seal, and damn, what's that?
Virgin Spring.
Virgin Spring, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, Holland, love the nod to Hall and Oates. Yeah. Yeah, it's great, man. Cobweb, one time go for me. Yeah, man. Same for me. It is Bergmanish in a way, Romero. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, man, I guess I don't know, you want to crack it off? You want me to crack it off? How you want to do this?
Yeah, you crack it off if you want. We'll go through the scenes and give our views. You've given the spoiler kind of notice now, so we can just talk through it.
Let me pop that up just in case, like, because we're, you know, I don't want nobody cussing me out later. One more time. Okay. All right. I think that's good. So, But yeah, man. Let's see. Virgin Spring, Gorphobe says Virgin Spring, the OG Last House on the Left. Yep, exactly. And Alpha Romero says scenes from a marriage comes to mind. Okay. Like I said, I've only seen those 3 Birdman, so I definitely want to check out all his filmography because he's pretty awesome. Let's see. He says in terms of the pace of the dialogue and whatnot. Okay, cool. Well, I'll try to make that my next one, man, because I know they got this big ass set of Birdman that you can get from Criterion, I think. So I'll try to get that eventually.
That's something I wouldn't mind, getting into at some point as well. Some of his film.
Yeah, man, he's really really damn good. I mean, the way he puts everything together, but yeah, man. So I guess to start this off, like Eyes Wide Shut, I'm not going to give a synopsis. We're just going to go through this damn film, scene to scene. So in like the first opening scene, you kind of see Nicole Kidman. She's getting dressed or undressed, and then getting dressed, and they're getting ready to go to a Christmas party. And like right out the gate, you can tell like that Bill, Dr. Bill, which Tom Cruise, he doesn't really pay attention to his wife. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, because she's like, asking how she looks, and he's just not paying attention at all to her. He's just really just worried about himself, kind of deal.
And I think that comes into play then in the plot, really, because I think they've been together at that point for 9 years. 9 years. And they got like a 7-year-old daughter. And like all, a lot of men, you can kind of become a bit complacent in the relationship, and it does kind of come into play, a little bit later on.
Yeah, because he's got a super huge ego, let's just say, at the beginning of the film. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then, like, and also, she's asking him, did you give Roz the number to the party? Because they're watching, she's going to be watching their daughter for the night while they go to the party. And,
right.
And so he obviously didn't hear what she said, because he asks her, what's the babysitter's name?
Yeah, like less than 30-40 seconds later. Yeah. Like, he's kind of, like you say, he's just, because she's obviously a stunning looking woman, even even now I think she's a nice looking woman, but back then, man, she was just outstandingly gorgeous. Like,
yeah, and that comes into play too, because that's
absolutely, yeah.
So they get to the party, and then just when they meet these people, Ziggler and his wife, and he's throwing the party or whatever, and just like, notice what's said in that exchange, right? Where like they're hugging, he's hugging, he's commenting on Alice, saying how beautiful, how stunning she is, and then either Bill or Alice, I can't remember, says, well, I bet you don't say that to the other women or something, and then his wife's like, oh, he does, and it's like,
yeah,
it's kind of like, you know what I mean, like it's like a little hint of some shit that comes later. But let me see, let me catch the chat right quick. Let's see. It's just Gorephobia saying, love the scene with Cruise where he pays homage to The Shining, where he's walking and kind of talking to himself, throwing his fist down like Nicholson. Yeah. I felt the same thing. I also feel the vibes from The Shining, like at this Christmas party, like the ballroom kind of deal. In a way, But
like with this scene you're about to come on to now, with the like, it's just the dialogue. I think is fantastic with the Hungarian guy. He's coming on to Malice, and you notice in that party everything is revolving around sex.
Yeah.
Whether it's the two models with Bill.
Yeah, two models. There's
everything.
There's a guy that comes up to Alice. Well, Bill says he they're at the party, and Bill said he sees his buddy playing piano, Nick Nightingale, and he wants to go talk to him, and Alice is like, she don't want to go. She's going to go use the restroom, she tells him. So he goes and talks to his buddy. She goes off, gets a drink, and then this Hungarian Casanova type guy pops up.
Yeah.
Starts like really coming on to her and shit, you know. And and then while that's going on, there's two models come up to him, and he's like, you know, they're leading him off. He's like, "Where are you taking me?" You know, and they're like, "Where the rainbow ends," and all this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right. What I was thinking about this scene as well, right? Because if that was my wife, you know, because she does flirt with this guy a lot.
Oh,
and then you've got Cruz. He's got these girls arm in arm.
Yeah.
I mean, are they doing that to make each other jealous at this point, or are they just I don't know, got such an open relationship where they could just do what they want?
I don't think it's that way. I think because they both like they both kind of flirt, but they don't cross the line really. Like, I think Kidman's character might more. I think she kind of does more. So, but there's weird, like the way they talk to each other is strange. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Like her and Xander, right? Which I thought was kind of like a nod to, which is kind of creepy to think, but it's like a nod to Anton LaVey, because Anton LaVey's middle name is Xander. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, Kubrick did that shit on purpose. It's like, this dude's the devil and shit. But yeah, he's really like paying Alice attention though, and then he starts talking about her interest, which is art, you know, and she's really all just like, he's like sweeping her off her feet and shit, and she's had quite a bit of champagne by this point, you know.
I think she's tended at one point, and then she kind of realizes
let's go upstairs. I want to show you this art, this you know, that's upstairs, and she's like, she says, not just now though. She says, not just now.
Just now, yeah. So I think she's basically trying to make Bill jealous. I don't know, that's my own personal view. Go on.
I think that she knows more than Bill knows. And if you know what I mean. Like, because there's a line from Xander. He tells her, don't you think one of the charms of marriage is that it makes deception a necessity for both parties? Like, there's another party later, right?
Right. Yeah.
But like when you hear it the first time, when you first see this shit, you're like, okay, he's just talking about both parties, like husband and wife. But
until you go back and,
or could he be talking about both fucking parties? Like, you know what I mean?
Which you know, now you've said that, makes complete sense. Definitely. I think that's why
she's so weird too. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway,
the whole dialogue, like, Kubrick's the only guy I know who can make that scene like as interesting as it is. Because if you think about it, you've got, you know, the wife Alice talking to, you know, this Hungarian guy. You've got Tom Cruise kind of talking to these models, but it's just captivating. I mean, the scene just plays so well. I don't think any other director could have made it that, you know, captivating than Kubrick. It's just,
man.
I can't explain it. And then you got the music as well in the background, which is fantastic. And like you say, it's definitely got that Shining type feel straight from the off.
It does.
You know, the big sort of ballroom type thing. Yeah.
But yeah, man, then like I was saying, then the models are trying to take him off, you know, to go do something with him, obviously.
But he seems quite compliant. I got the impression he seems like if he didn't get interrupted, then he might have gone off with them.
Maybe so.
More so than Kidman's character.
Right. Yeah, because she says she's married, but then, you know, they're at that party too. So, like, you know, but then he's interrupted with the models, and he goes upstairs. You know, his butler comes and gets him because Ziggler needs him. So as soon as he goes upstairs, Ziggler's putting his damn clothes on. You're like, what the fuck? He just seen Ziggler with his wife, and now he's putting his clothes on, and there's a prostitute that's OD'd, butt naked. You know, like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Man?
Do you think though that party, the first party, this party they're on now, it's like a foreshadow of the real one that's coming up?
Yeah.
Because you got the two models, and they're more than likely, two of the beautiful girls at this orgy. So I'm thinking, you've got the Hungarian guys probably at that part, the future party as well,
sure.
where everything happens.
For sure.
So it's kind of a forerunner. But
I think I know. Even though everybody's wearing a mask, I think I know who the Hungarian guy is at the party. But maybe not.
Right. Go on. Well, let me know when we come on to that. Who do you think is the red? Have you got you don't have to say now, but have you got an idea who you think the red cloak is?
Yeah,
the head guy.
Definitely. Yeah.
I didn't work it out. I haven't got a view on that. I'd like to know yours.
Yeah. There's a theory. Like we'll get into it when we get to that, but yeah, like I said, he's up there and Ziggler's trying to get him to help this prostitute, and he don't really do anything. He just kind of just starts talking to her and shit, and she kind of comes to, and he just gives her a scolding, don't do heroin and cocaine kind of shit, and
yeah, I think they basically just got lucky, didn't they? She overdosed, but I mean, it wasn't enough to, put her out completely in.
Yeah.
Bill was kind of on hand.
But it makes you wonder as well, did she do that to herself? You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe that I got. I don't know if she did that to herself or if they did it to her.
Because I don't want to jump the gun too much, because we know what happens later on in the film. Maybe that was kind of a cry for help from her.
Maybe.
We just.
I think she's involved. I think she's in over her head. Put it that way.
By then, definitely, to be in his own private room with him as well, and knowing the shit we know that happens, later on in the film, she's way fucking over her head at this point. And I think that overdose may be a cry for help.
Right. So then they go home, and then is it the next day? I think. Yeah, the next day. So they go home and everything after the party.
I think it's implied they have sex when they get home, don't they? And then it jumps on to the next day.
Also, Ziggler tells Bill to, it goes without saying, but don't tell nobody about this shit. So he's like,
yeah,
don't worry about it. So he don't, and anyway, they get home, and I guess they have sex when they get home, right?
I think they have sex, yeah. It's implied that they have sex, and then it jumps on to the next day.
Is that the scene where he's kissing her on her neck and she's looking in the mirror? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the same night. So, I mean, they both got turned on by what's happened at the party.
What do you think about her looking in the mirror, like this image right here that we got right there? What do you think about it? Do you think of anything when you see that, in the movie? Because it didn't click until this last viewing. I was wondering, is there something behind that mirror?
Oh, okay. No, I didn't look at it like that.
She knows it's there, like a camera or some shit, or what it has to do with later, because there's some hints to some. I'll just go ahead and say it. Some tantric sex magic at the other part.
Yeah.
Because there's some weird shit. But
I've never looked into that, to be honest.
Right.
But I just
thought it was odd the way she's looking at that mirror like that. And it's just
it's Kubrick in it, so it's there definitely for a reason. But the more you watch this film, you're gonna see more and more of the.
You come up with your own ideas, and that's what's great about it, because he's not gonna spoon feed you the movie.
No, exactly. You take, it's like The Exorcist thing. You take out of this film what you bring into it.
Yeah.
I suppose it could change your mind on certain things, but like morals and stuff like that, jealousy, obsessiveness. But yeah, it's definitely a thinking man's film, this one.
So I noticed like the next day she's like, this goes back to Bill, right? Where she's like, he's sitting on the couch. I think he's watching a ball game. I think that's what he's doing. And he's watching something on TV anyway. And
Yeah,
he's doing his own shit, what he's doing. And you've already seen her wrap presents and everything. And she's asking if he's going to finish wrapping the presents. He kind of puts it off. I'll do it tomorrow kind of shit. So it's, again, he's just not. So she's aggravated. She goes into
He's
the bathroom.
not fully engaged, is he, in the relationship, it seems, at this point.
Right.
You know?
You can clearly tell she's pissed off, kind of aggravated. She goes into the bathroom and she's going to fucking roll a joint. You know, so she starts smoking and then she starts thinking, asking him about the two models. And he's asking her about the guy she was dancing with. And anyway, it goes into this whole shit where she tells him she's honest with him. He's not honest with her. Like, she's saying that he was flirting with him, and he's like, no, I wasn't, and all this shit. And she straight up tells him that Xander wanted to have sex with her. And shit,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I understand. And it don't bother him when she says that. It's like, well, I understand because you're a beautiful woman. And she gets pissed off as soon as he says that shit. So she's like, so the only reason he wants to talk to any man would want to talk to me is because they want to fuck me.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the catalyst. That catalyst starts the whole fucking thing then, you know?
Yeah, that starts the
We get into this argument where like Tom Cruise basically can't fucking win. Whatever he says, you just, there's no way you can win when a woman's like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, great scene. Absolutely fantastic scene.
And then so then she gets very vindictive and starts telling him about a fucking fantasy that she had when they were on vacation about this naval officer. And every time her and him had sex, she was thinking about that fucking naval officer. And that if he would have asked her, even just for one night, that she would have fucking risked her whole future, her whole marriage. She would have left Bill and her daughter. All this fucking and it's like, whoa, talking about cutting somebody's balls off, man. I mean, his ego was like way the fuck up here. Now it's like way the fuck down here. Like after she does that, man, she cut his shit off pretty much. Like, and
it comes from nowhere as well, because like you say, he's so comfortable in that relationship. He just thinks he can, you know, he can kind of do what he wants, and she's always going to be there. And
he's so sure, like she says, that he's so sure. But he also is very, like, he also lies to her all the time. And she's straight up with him, it seems. But is she straight up with him about everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, though. And so, yeah, man, it's getting off track. So, yeah, so they're in the middle of this little heated shit, and you can see the look on his face. He's just like fucking been crushed, devastated, like. And then the phone rings, and it's his patient. He just found out his patient died, so he's got to make an appearance to the patient's daughter. So he leaves, goes over there, and this woman, Marion, soon as he walks in, you see there it is again, the fucking Christmas lights, you know. And she, this Marion woman, really fucking has an in for Bill. Like, she really wants him, you know.
And this is another scene that comes from nowhere, because like, I think he says later on in the scene, like, he barely knows her as well, but she's obsessed with him.
Right. So that kind of like parallels what Alice was talking about. She was saying, I didn't mention it, but Alice was saying that while he's examining women and everything, him being a doctor, that he don't think that these women are fantasizing about Dr. Bill and shit. And so obviously Alice was right, because this woman, Marion, has been fantasizing about him, or Bill has screwed her before, like a one-time deal or some shit. Is the kind of the vibe I got from it, you know?
Shit, I didn't think of it like that.
I mean, he's like, I barely know you, but that don't mean shit. A one-night stand, a lot of people barely know people, you know? So
I think he's kind of proud of himself that he doesn't, give in to her sexual advances.
Right.
But later on in the film as well, do you notice that he rings her as well? I think going to do the dirty deed, probably.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marion is like telling him that she's about to leave, and she don't want to leave with her fiance, and she just wants to live close to him and all this shit. Like, and it's kind of like the same thing Alice was saying about that naval officer, you know, in a way.
Yeah, but in reverse, yeah. It's kind of scary, like how obsessive she is towards him.
Yeah.
And then when her fiance comes back, she kind of changes again.
And you notice how her fiance kind of looks like him in a way?
A little bit, yeah.
It's like the downgraded version. I guess
yeah, the bootleg version. But it's a very strange scene, definitely.
So he's got to get the hell out of there. You know, he's like, and like what I think he's leaving, and she whispers "I love you" to him, right?
Yeah,
what you said.
Yeah.
He's like, man, fuck.
I mean, he can't process what's just going on because you've got the father dead in the bed as well.
Yeah,
you've got her coming on to him. The fiance comes in, and he just wants to fucking get out of there, man.
Yeah, he's like, hell with this shit, man. And
yeah.
But that planted a seed in his mind. That planted a seed for later. So then he leaves, and as soon as he leaves, he's walking down the street, and there's a prostitute. Well, actually, hold on. Let me back up a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. I am going through this whole damn movie, y'all, and I hope I'm not boring the shit out of nobody, or we're boring the shit out of nobody. Romero says, "Baby did a bad thing." Yeah, that song. That's a perfect song too. And by the way, Kidman, Kubrick, let Kidman pick the music, pick that song.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that until we were
no.
But so he's going down the street, and then there's like these bunch of assholes, is what I call them. They're like 6 of them, kind of jock type people, you know.
Yeah,
kind of pricks. They're pricks though. They're drunk, you know what I mean? And they just kind of like shove him, and they call him a Mary and shit, and like
they give him like homosexual slurs
and other things too. And then he's all like, you know, you can kind of see Bill, like, I mean, against 6 people, but still, he's still kind of like a coward in a way, you know. Don't you?
Yeah, I thought he was actually thinking about going back to confront them, but then he just thinks, fuck it. No.
He was thinking, I'll probably get my ass beat with 6 people. So
yeah, I mean, he's only 5'2" as well. Against he's like 6 foot. Yeah.
By the way, in case nobody saw at the beginning, I had this at the the very beginning, but I'll just put it on here right quick. I just thought this shit was hilarious. But anyway, so
yeah, that's crazy.
But so he gets shoved by this guy or whatever. He keeps on walking, and then right after that shit, this prostitute approaches him. And she's asking him if he wants to come inside with her. Like, have some fun and shit. And he's like, what? Come inside? And like, huh? You know, and he's still thinking about this shit with his wife. He keeps having these images of that naval officer with his wife, like getting it on, you know, getting it in and shit. And so he goes upstairs with Domino. So you find out the chick's name's Domino. And did you notice? Have you noticed before they go inside that there's a stroller right there on the left of the door?
Yeah. Because that comes into play. Because that's comes back in a later scene, doesn't it? But it looks like it's been used.
Yeah.
in ability. But so there's a conspiracy theory of maybe she was pregnant, or sorry, she had a baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, or was it her flatmate? You know,
Yeah, Sally.
There's but yeah, this is like. Did you? I was thinking, where have I seen that girl before? And then I had to think about it, and I looked it up, and it's like The Hills Have Eyes remake she's in.
Oh,
she plays sister.
Yeah, okay.
But
she is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
yeah, I couldn't place her either, but I didn't look her up really. I mean, she does a great job, but so they go inside, and again, you see more Christmas trees and shit. Like, she even points it out. And her apartment's like she's not, I guess it's dirty, it's messy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a shithole basically.
Yeah.
There's like cooking, like mess everywhere.
It ain't clean, the pan ain't been clean and shit. And
there's a big like pile of presents behind her that in a later scene when he goes back there we don't see. So that makes me wonder, whether
Christmas never happens during the movie, like the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is all right before Christmas, which is also odd too, because I got to bring that up too a little bit, but later on. Let's see, we got Chris C in here, man. What's up?
Hey, man.
Slasher likes my awesome brothers here on Slasher Saturday. Yeah, man.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, man, he damn, I lost my train of thought. So he's in there with her, and they're fixing to do the damn thing. He looks nervous as hell, and she's asking, is 150 okay? He's like, yeah, sure. And they're fixing to get down to it, and then his phone rings. His wife calls. Alice calls. And, so then he rethinks everything, and he's like, well, I got to go, kind of deal.
Kind of go through with it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
he ends up paying her anyway, doesn't he? And
yeah, he gives her the 150 anyway. Yeah. And
like, money seems to be no object to him in this film as well.
And that's another thing. His name's Bill, right? So Dr. Bill, right?
Yeah.
And then so Dollar Bill. Like, he tries to solve all his fucking problems with money.
With money, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like we didn't mention, but the actual place they live in is like this fucking mansion, man. It's unbelievable. So, like, the wealth, he's so wealthy, it's unbelievable for a doctor.
Yeah.
But yeah, money just doesn't come into it, apart from the two prostitutes we see who've got no, look like they're living really rough, got no money at all. Yeah. Every kind of character is like well-to-do in this. But I suppose Nick Nightingale's, doing the kind of piano gig just to get some money for his family.
Yeah, but he's I imagine he's getting paid well for
those parties, which will come on.
And speaking of Nick Nightingale, he so Tom Cruise Dr. Bill, he walks into this nightclub, the Sonata, because he remembered Nick Nightingale said that's where he's going to be playing at the Christmas party. He goes in there and he's seeing him playing and whatever, and he gets to talking to him, and he's like, he's telling him about he's got another gig later that night, and he said it's wild. He said you've never seen such women, and and then he's like, because he's still like in between each one of these little things that's happening where he's encountering the prostitutes and all this shit, he's still thinking about his wife, Alice, with that naval officer. It's haunting him. You know what I mean? So in his mind, I guess he's got to get payback.
And this Nick Nightingale kind of puts a seed of doubt in his mind by like letting it slip, basically. The password to this place where he's going to play.
Right.
But like
he's writing the password. He's writing the password on the napkin, and he takes the damn. It takes it from him. And he sees the password to get into the damn thing, But Nick didn't have to tell him where it was. You know what I'm saying?
But he does keep on to him, then he to actually, Bill keeps on and saying, let me know,
Yeah.
And then he gives in the end. He says, well, I can give you the password, or you've got the password, but I mean, I can't stop you going in there on your own.
Yeah. Fidelio. And he tells him he has to have a cloak and a mask,
Yeah, yeah.
So he goes.
And I mean, if up until this point now, the film, if that hasn't got you kind of, well into this film, then it starts to get interesting now from now on in.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just checking the comment. I seen hold on, let's see. Chris says I have that same release you have, Dirk, but haven't watched it in years. Yeah, man. I hope this gets a better release, like with more features, and particularly a commentary would be great.
I was disappointed. I forgot to show it off. I've got the box set.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, we really could do a lot of extras in the 4K of this.
Right.
Just wanted to say that quickly because. But I got to be honest, I was kind of surprised with playing this on the Blu-ray, upscaled on a 4K player.
Yeah.
It looks incredible anyway. But sorry about that.
It looks good. I just wanted a commentary. It's some more special features. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
I really wish Criterion would do it. I think they would do it justice. I feel like that's the label that this film needs to go to. I don't. You know what I mean? Out of any of the labels.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I think you've got to. I think this would be a big seller as well.
Or Second Sight. Second Sight would nail it.
Second Sight would be fantastic. Yeah.
But let's see. Gizmo says I can jump on in 5 minutes and stay for 15. But that's fine, man.
Man. No, no worries, man.
Do a drive by if you want to, man. So, let's see. Commendable Commotion. What do you guys think of the upcoming documentary about Eyes Wide Shut? I didn't know about it, man. That's what I was just saying, man. That's the first time I've seen that name, by the way. That's awesome. Commendable Commotion.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
I like the name, man. It's cool.
I would be so interested in watching a proper, because there's a documentary on this disc I was saying, the Dirk, and it's 40 odd minutes, but it only touches on Eyes Wide Shut for the last 15. Yeah. I would love to see a feature length on this. Would be amazing. There is a documentary that came out a couple of years ago, or it's just recently come out, I think, called Kubrick on Kubrick, I think it is, which I've downloaded, but I didn't get a chance to watch. So I'm going to see what they say about this film in that as well. But yeah, I'm well up for that. Eyes Wide Shut documentary all day long.
Yeah, no doubt. All day long, man. I'll definitely be right on it for sure. But dang. So where were we at? I got lost.
Right. So he's been he's told him the password.
So he's got to go to he's got to get a costume. He's got to get a mask and a cloak, and then go to this party, this mystery mansion party, we'll call it.
This scene is fucking fucked, man. Way fucked up when he goes to this rainbow fashion.
So Commendable Commotion says SK13 by Tony Zierra. Okay. SK13.
Okay. Yeah.
Dang. I'll try to remember where we're at. We're at an hour and 4 minutes, so I don't have a pen handy. But cool. Hell yeah. But so then he goes to this costume shop. What is it called? Rainbow something.
Rainbow Fashions.
Rainbow Fashions, yeah. And it's somebody that he used to know that ran the shop. And it's late as hell, right? It's almost 1:12.
So yeah, between 1 and 2, I think, because the party starts at 2.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So he knocks on the door and I guess this is a Russian guy, right? Milich?
Yeah, foreign guy. Yeah, I don't know if he's Russian, but yeah.
Okay. His name's Milich, and I just got the vibe he must have been Russian, but
he's Eastern European. Yeah.
He's asking for a costume, and he's like, "Well, we're closed," and he's like, "I'll pay $100 over the rental. And he's like, nah. And he's like, well, 200. And he does it. He lets him in, gets the costume. And that's an odd ass scene. And it like,
I tell you, this is fucked up like this.
yeah,
the whole scene inside. And
right.
Like, I mean, I've not seen, obviously seen all of Kubrick's films, and he does touch on a little bit on, is it Lolita? With the underage sex thing?
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happens in this scene.
It never happens, though. It never happens.
Oh, okay. So
it's an obsession that an older man has for a younger.
So it's more implied then in that film. Okay.
Yeah, he never actually does anything with her. He's obsessed with her, and
right. Okay. Which is not what happens in this next scene.
So he's getting the costume, and then Milich is like, "Did you hear that?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he unlocks the door. You notice that, right? He unlocks the damn door.
Yeah.
He goes in there and he sees like these two Asian guys, what appears to be having sex with his daughter, and he loses his mind and all this shit. But Bill's like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is this shit, But anyway.
Actually, I think she's supposed to be like 13 or 14, something like that.
She's pretty young.
Yeah.
Milich is saying that she's deranged, he calls her a deranged woman. And it's like, well, she's clearly not a woman. And these guys are like painted up, got weird makeup and shit on. Like,
it's very, very strange. Like a role playing thing, I think. Yeah.
So Bill gets the hell up out of there. I mean, this whole night is just.
But she comes on to Bill then. She says to Bill, didn't she? If ever you don't want a costume and you want something else, then.
Yeah, that's later though. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's later. But in that scene, the first scene,
she runs behind him and like looks up to him, kind of like smiling at him and shit.
Smiling at him and giving him yeah.
It's a creepy ass scene, but anyway, he gets the hell out of there, and then he's on his way to the damn what would you call this? I mean, you could call it all kinds of things, but so I was like, what's his name? Rob Egger says it's like some tantric sex magic, like yoga. Yoga mixed with witchcraft, like kind of ritual type shit.
Yeah, like an orgy with like the high class, obviously, of people.
Right, and this being the time of year it could very well be like December 21st, which if people don't know, that's winter solstice. It's right. It's pretty dark. It's like the darkest day of the year or whatever, when like they do kind of some crazy shit. but yeah, it's a real thing. And Saturnalia and all that. I don't know. Y'all could kind of do your own research. I won't go too far into that, but yeah. It's just odd that it's this time, because it's a perfect time in the movie, like, you know what I mean, that it's going on. Yeah. So
I mean, like the whole opening, because he goes up to the gates and he leaves a taxi waiting. He's like rips $100 bill. He says, wait for me for about an hour. I might not even be an hour. I might be 10 minutes. And then just going up to this, it's just creepy right from the off. This scene.
These guys.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he goes in, they got the masks and he puts his mask on and a cloak and he goes into this room and he sees all these naked women wearing masks and they're all like in a circle and you got like this red cloaked figure with like a gold mask on. He's got like this cane thing and he's got this other thing burning incense type of shit. It's definitely some kind of occult activity going on.
I mean, the actual, like, during this ritual they're doing, the actual, like, music or whatever you would call it, is just so fucking freaky. Yeah. Hey, Giz.
Hi, man.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
No, I'm good. Just tired in my body after shoveling snow.
You've been shoveling.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah, it's going to snow here for 3 more days, so it's crazy.
Oh shit!
Oh God, I wish we'd have it over here.
Well, you just popped in right at the right time, man. We're talking about Red Cloak on Eyes Wide Shut.
Red Cloak, what's that?
You know, Red Cloak, the
main guy in the
Oh, yeah,
you know, in the orgy.
in the staff cane thing, and he's hitting the damn, you know, and all the naked women and with the masks on. Like you just popped in on that scene, man. We're talking.
Yeah, it's a beautiful scene.
Yeah, man, it's insane. And he's, you know, so it's odd too, though. It's almost like everybody's wearing masks, but then there's a couple people that know him personally, right?
Yeah,
and they know him personally, and then they also know him. They know that it's him. Like it's so weird.
Which,
like if you think about that, like,
but do you know when he first comes into the house, or into this mansion or whatever it is, he doesn't wear his mask. So whether the girl has seen him, you know, then that's a possibility.
But then the other guy that's got like the pirate looking mask thing, which could be Ziggler, or it could be the Hungarian Zandor.
That's what I thought, yeah. But I didn't work out who the Red Cloak is. But you said you got an idea of that.
I mean, I'll go ahead and say it. Like, some people think that the Red Cloak is Ziggler, and there's a reason why. But the only thing that messes me up on that theory is the accent. You know, unless he can make his voice sound British, you know, unless Ziggler can make his voice sound British. But
I didn't think it was him.
Yeah, I'm just saying because we'll get to that scene too, and I'll tell you why people think that, which I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knows when you watch this film. So, but I think that's what makes it great. But yeah, man. So this prostitute comes up. Well, I mean, not prostitute. This naked woman with a big old crazy headdress of feathers. She comes up and they do like a mask kiss, you know? So that means that he's got to go off with her and go get it going, you know, get it in and shit, just like everybody else is doing. Like, so, but while they're doing that, she's telling him that he needs to get the hell out of there. Like, she knows exactly who he is. And she's like, you don't belong here. And telling him that. And
you've got his mate as well, playing the piano blindfolded, which is, you know, Nick Nightingale.
Right.
I'm hearing an echo. Can you hear an echo now?
I don't hear an echo. No.
I thought I can on my voice, but maybe it's sound then. But it's like, obviously we find out that, you know, the woman who's warning him off basically is towards the end of the film. But I'm still not sure, like, because doesn't Ziggler say to him later on in the film as well, you'd be shocked if you knew he was there at this party, at this orgy or sacrifice or whatever it is.
And when he says that, I kind of feel like he could be implying, because you can take that couple different ways. He could be talking about like political figures, elites.
Yeah.
And he could be talking about his wife. He could be talking about Alice was there.
Yeah, which I did actually think about that at some point. But it does actually show her at home though, doesn't it? Because when she's watching the television.
Before he did, you know?
So I don't know.
You never know. That's the thing.
Anything's possible with a Kubrick film. Yeah.
But so they figure out they're on to him, and he's got to stand in front of Red Cloak, and Red Cloak's like asking him for the password. He says Fidelio, and he says, okay, well that's the entrance. That's the admittance password. But now I need the house password, you know, and he's like, I don't know, I forgot it and all this shit. And he's like, you know, there never was.
The fucking atmosphere, in that scene. When he says,
the way the piano's playing and shit.
Yeah, it's just so eerie. Like, they're all kind of like mumbling together.
This shit
man, it's freaky as fuck. It's freaky as fuck.
Right here. You start seeing all that shit, you know.
Yeah. And they ask him to like take his clothes off as well, which is even more freakier.
Yeah, but Gizmo. I want to show Gizmo this right quick. Yeah, guess who's not invited. But anyway, so yeah, so he don't know the password or whatever. They're on to him. So Red Cloak's telling him to take his clothes off, and he's like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" You know? He's like, "Look, my bad, whatever." And then that woman with the big the big headdress on. Anyway, she says to leave him alone, to stop, that she redeems him, that she'll basically, and he's like, Bill's like, what the hell does that mean? You know, what's going to happen to her? He's asking all these questions. They're like,
what was your take on that? Does redeeming him mean like she's going to die?
Like, that's the insinuation that she's going to be like, you could take it that way, that she's going to die, but she's definitely, from what Ziggler says later, she's definitely going to get fucked by a bunch of people.
Yeah, because that's the primal thing.
Some kind of sex cult, obviously.
Yeah, this is like basically an orgy goes on. Yeah. But the sacrificing thing is not really hinted up until that point where she said, "I'll redeem him." But yeah, it just gets really fucking strange from then on in.
Let's see. We got. Hold on. Let me catch some comments right quick. Let's see. Chris C, the panel of perversion. What the hell?
Yeah.
Chris C says the room looks great. Gizmo, love the lighting.
Thank you.
Holland says,
nice. Yeah.
Holland says, Gizmo, nice lights to honor Barbie.
Yeah, that's for later.
Let's see. Any of you seen Saltburn yet? Not yet. No, I haven't.
I've not seen it yet, but I want to. Yeah.
And Holland says the password is orgy.
It certainly is.
And Holland says no, but I'm interested. Yeah. Password is blood. Okay. But yeah. So she says she'll redeem him, and then he leaves, and he's warned by Red Cloak. Red Cloak's pointing at him. He's like, there'll be dire consequences to you and your family if you inquire anymore about us, and if you tell anyone that what you've seen here tonight. So yeah. So he leaves. He leaves, and he's still like having those fucked up thoughts about Alice. Or does he go home right then? Yeah, he goes home, right?
He goes home, yeah, because he's like guilty and confused, and he's like what he's just been through as well with this, fucking, I don't know what you call it. He just doesn't know how to take it, and then I think Alice is in bed, and that's when we come on to like the laughing scene where she's laughing in her sleep.
Yeah. Well, that's not yet, because then the next day he gets up and everything, and he's like he's worried about Nick. He's got to go find Nick.
Right. Yeah.
And then he finds out that Nick was like, this is in the daytime. He finds out that he was dragged out by a couple guys and beat up, and he don't know what happened to him. That's what the clerk tells him. And so he's like, oh shit. And then it turns into night, right? And he's being followed by somebody now. And or does he go? He goes back to the mansion, right? He goes back.
I think he goes back. He goes back before that scene. Before he inquires about Nick Nightingale, I think he goes back to the house. Right. And then you get the fact that she just tells him what's happened in her dream.
Yeah, because he goes back to Millich. He goes back to the costume shop, and then that's when Millich is telling him that he can have other things besides costumes, insinuating that he could have his daughter and shit, which is some sick ass
fucked
shit.
Up, man.
But, then then he returns to the mansion, and then this old guy comes out with a, with a damn. Hold on, I got the damn scene right here. I think I put it up here. Sorry, y'all. No, I didn't do it. Anyway, so this guy comes up to the gate. He sees like security cameras and everything looking at him, and he obviously wants back in there, or he's just curious. One of the two, but it's never really said. But this old guy hands him a fucking letter, and it's saying, "Consider this your second warning." Like
right.
If you do it again, you're fucked. Basically, that's what the letter. That's what it says.
And they know it. They know it's him. How, they know it's him as well. But why the fuck would you go back after that? I don't know whether he's just intrigued or what. But I mean, why would you do that?
Curious, I guess. And then he tracks back to Domino's apartment and talks to Sally, her roommate. And Sally is like, he's just coming on to her like hardcore.
Doesn't he ring Marion before that scene?
Yeah,
he rings Marion from earlier on.
Yeah,
which insinuates that he wants to kind of go forward, with them too as well.
He's trying to make something happen now.
So now he's kind of all in there. I'm gonna fucking cheat on my wife and all this,
Yeah, when he goes and sees Sally, he's like just groping her. Like he wasn't like that with Domino before. Which is kind of odd, like right after he came from that party though. So, but anyway, so Sally says we got to sit down, and she tells him that Domino had AIDS, HIV, and he's like, "Whoa, shit," And then later that night, he's like kind of coerced. There's a guy following him, and kind of lures him to a newspaper stand. That's what I get out of it. I think he's kind of like lured to that newspaper stand. Yeah. He grabs the newspaper and he says, I don't even know if he looks at the front page. It says "Lucky to be alive."
It does, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he sees in the newspaper that ex-beauty queen dies in hotel room, drug overdose. And he's like, oh shit, and so he goes to the morgue. He sees her in the morgue, and now he knows that Mandy, from the very beginning of the movie that was with Ziggler, she was the one that saved his life from the cult.
He starts to piece it together in his mind, that, and then, it's just like fucked up at this stage. Everything is fucked up at this stage now, and he's just in over his head, basically. And he don't know what to do, where to go, what to do. But then Ziggler gives him a message to turn up at his place, doesn't he?
Yeah. So then, he goes back to Ziggler, and that's where the part where a lot of people think, and I'm not 100%, I'm still on the fence on this, but a lot of people think that Ziggler is Red Cloak, because if you notice it when they're in the billiard where the pool table is, you'll see Ziggler. He's got a cue ball in his hand, right?
Yeah.
He hits the pool table twice when he's talking to him.
Oh, okay, right. Like I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah.
Just like Red Cloak was hitting his cane twice on the floor and shit. And
shit, I didn't even pick up on that.
He also does it again with the chalk when he's talking to Bill. And then he points at Bill the same way that Red Cloak pointed at him.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
So that's why
I wonder if he kind of had some kind of voice controller then when he's talking at that, with the orgy.
Yeah, and if you let everything go and just say, hey, these people really can perform magic in the movie, some kind of magic,
Yeah.
Maybe he could alter his voice that way. I don't know. But I don't know. There's so many different ways.
Yeah, there's something to think about. Yeah.
But so then when he leaves Ziggler, and Ziggler even comes up behind him and like grabs his shoulders, and he's like, people die every day, but you already know that, don't you, Bill? And it's just so fucking like, he's laughing when he says it, but because Bill's all fucked up about the the chick that died saved his life, basically.
Yeah, and Ziggler kind of just sort of puts it nonchalantly, like you just said, like as if it's like people die. Basically, he's warning him, just don't get thinking too much and looking too much into it, because as a friend, because he's helped him early on in the film, with the hooker. Yeah, he's kind of helping him out.
I'm gonna tell you though. I don't think that's what it is at all. I don't.
Well, okay.
We're gonna get to that though. Like,
okay. Yeah.
But so then,
because he says everything was staged, didn't he? He said they weren't going to kill this woman, basically,
right, yeah.
And everything staged just to frighten you, and like just basically just warning him off. Just don't even.
I need to head off, guys.
You gotta go, man.
Yeah, I have a stream coming up in 20 minutes. So.
Oh shit!
Oh man,
I was gonna jump on there after this one, but if that's cool.
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right.
So, but I see you guys.
Have a good one, man. Have a good one.
Okay.
Shit, if I'd have known that, I would have let him speak a bit.
Yeah, man. I didn't know. I mean, I remember him saying 15 minutes, but I thought he was just joking. But yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm really trying to just give this movie justice the best I can, and what I think and what you think,
Yeah.
But so then when he leaves Ziggler's, then he goes home. And then, like, there's some key things going on in when he goes home too. So, and I don't know if you noticed it or not, but there's like these like Jewish, like I don't know if they're Jewish or not, but there's like these candles displays. I don't know what they're called, but you see them in their house, in their apartment, in their house or whatever, their apartment.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're just kind of like they just do the Christmas party thing because they were invited, and they're really Jewish. I don't know. But anyway,
right. Yeah.
You see them anyway. And then as soon as he gets home, though, he turns off the Christmas lights to the Christmas tree. Like, that means something. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That definitely means something. And like what it means, I couldn't 100% tell you, but I think it might be something that Kubrick might have. I don't know. Maybe not. But so he turns the lights off. He drinks a beer. He goes to his room. And then he sees the mask, because I forgot to mention that too. When he returned the cloak and mask to the costume owner, Milich, he didn't have the mask. So he had to pay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But his mask is right there on his pillow, right beside his wife. And that's when he's like, it's like the oh shit moment. These sons of bitches came in my house kind of moment, letting them know, you can be touched any kind, you know what I mean? At any moment. It's kind of like the mob in a way,
Because I thought at first, with that scene, that maybe his wife had put it there.
Yeah.
Maybe exactly. She quite found it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But maybe not.
Either way, No, either way, it's fucking with his mind,
Yeah, so he breaks down, he wakes her up, and she's, you were right. She was talking about at the party and everything. Like, she was imagining in her nightmare, she was getting screwed by all these men, and then and she was laughing at him.
And it kind of, if you notice, like, her dream kind of mirror images what he's going through.
Right.
Because she's being fucked by a load of men at this party.
Yeah.
And I mean, how fucking exactly. So how kind of does that work? Which makes me think, is this a dream? I've got my views on whether I think all that happens to a certain point at the start of the party early on in the film, is mixed with dream and real logic. And I think I can't fucking work out which is which at this point because I'm 3 watches in. But I think, I actually think there's different bits.
I think that's the point, though. I don't think it's 100% supposed to be.
Nothing's going to be 100%. No, all you can do is rewatch it and kind of work out what you
It's
think.
like the Kubrick unsolvable puzzle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But so after he and then he's already done two things that Red Cloak told him not to do. He's already inquired more about them when he went to the gate, when he went to the morgue. He's already broken that shit. And then he tells his wife every damn thing. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So he's telling her everything and shit, and she's crying her eyes out, right?
Yeah.
And then she tells him that they got to take their daughter Christmas shopping the next day. And to be honest, man, I don't think she's crying because of what he told her. I think she's crying because she knows that Bill fucked up.
Right.
And
yeah. But he was prepared to fucking go that, the whole way.
I think she's in the fucking cult, to be honest. And I think that I think this was an initiation for him. And I think he failed miserably. And for that, they gotta suffer, because when they go to the Christmas store, when they go Christmas shopping with their daughter, you see the two old men that you see at the party, at the first Christmas party. You see those same two old men right next to their daughter. And then and you see her walking off with them. If you pay close attention, you see her walking off with them, and it's like, holy shit. And then I think that's why she was crying, because that was the punishment. They had to give their daughter up. And I also think that's why she says the line she says, that she loves them, and the most important thing that they need to do is fuck so they can make another baby.
Yeah. That's far out, man.
Yeah.
But it kind of comes into what I'm thinking about it being logic, dream and logic as well, because even though we see, like I said, we see her, she's at home watching Natalie at some point while he's, at that orgy, it doesn't mean that that's real, and that could have been a dream as well. So, you just don't know.
Because he also says no dream is ever just a dream.
That's right, right at the end,
and she says, I do love you, but the most important thing that we need to do right now is fuck. It's like, and a lot of people take it however. I mean, this movie's open for interpretation, but I sincerely think that she was in on the cult. I think she knew, and I think that's why she was crying, is because she knew Bill fucked up big time, and also think that what she told him in the beginning was part of his initiation into the cult.
See, I'd have to watch it now with all those views, because I can't argue against that either. I know what I think at this point. I don't think she was part of it. But now you've said that, I'll definitely give it another watch with that in mind. I might change my mind totally again. And
also when she's looking in the mirror, it's just so odd.
Yeah, it makes sense. Everything you say is making sense to me.
When she's talking to Xandar, it's odd the way they talk to each other. It's like real cryptic, like in code. The way they're talking. But I didn't
look at it like that, but I can definitely see why people would say that. Yeah, for sure. This film got so many fucking layers, man.
It does.
It's like The Shining's same. It's exactly the same. You could come out of that, watching it 20, 30 times and come out with different stuff.
I started thinking about this shit too, man. Like, what if? Okay, so this is tantric sex magic, yoga mixed with witchcraft, right? What if Alice? What if somehow with the magic shit element in play, they can take over other people's bodies and shit.
Right.
Maybe that was Alice that was in that prostitute. That's just an idea. I don't know. Maybe not. But
That's far out. That would be far out.
But maybe that's why she was saying she was getting screwed by all those men in her nightmare. Maybe they were using magic on her. I don't know. Or maybe she was at the fucking party. There's all these, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she was at the party and they punished her for Bill, you know.
The good argument you got with that is the fact that she says she's being screwed by all these men.
Right.
And like it's obviously a mirror image to what's happened to him. So it's weird, yeah. There's so many questions. And
that's why this movie's so
it's great. It's fantastic,
so brilliant, man, because it's like it gets the mind wheels turning, man. Let me catch the chat right quick. I got let's see. I think people were talking. Oh yeah, they're talking about great interview on Gizmo's channel. Yeah, man, he interviewed the guy from When Evil Lurks and Terrified. Yeah. I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but y'all check that out. That's pretty damn good, man. I like those conversations he does. And Chris C says, Gizmo, we need a sequel to Christmas Blood. Love that slasher.
Yeah, I've already told him that they need to do a sequel.
Yeah, man, I think so too. Me and Tasha watched it, man. I enjoyed it, man. Gizmo, he's hard on himself about that. I like the movie, but yeah. Chris C says I need to check out When Evil Lurks. Yeah, man, I definitely highly recommend that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Darren? Yet?
No, I downloaded it. It's just okay. I tried playing it on my TV, but the subtitles don't work for some reason, so I might have to watch it on the computer.
It's on Shudder too, for anybody who wants to know. But I can't wait till it gets physical, man, because I gave that movie an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Chrissy says later Gizmo, and we got Sean Blue in here. What's going on, man? If you're still here, man. I hope you are. Hey, good evening, guys. Yeah, man. We're just talking about this great Christmas movie. You know, it's great for the whole family to watch. This one right here. No. But let's see. And it's also, let's see. Everybody's saying, hey, Rooster, what's going on? If there's a version of the movie without the people covering the sex scenes, is there a version of the movie without the people covering the sex scenes? Yeah.
Maybe that was that. Yeah, that's the 20 minutes you said.
Yeah, that's when they released it originally. They did that shit, but I believe this is the uncut version. As far as uncut as we're gonna get, the 20 minutes that Kubrick got cut out of his film. Then,
yeah, I don't think you mentioned that on this stream. Dirk. I think we were talking about it before.
What?
So I don't know if you want to just quickly mention there was like 20 minutes cut.
Yeah, I thought we did, but yeah, it was supposedly there was 20 minutes taken out. Warner Brothers discarded from the film, and it pissed Kubrick off. If I didn't say that, but
yeah, I was saying that it's like that. If those 20 minutes could be found, it'd be like finding gold. So I'd love to see, with that scene the way it was intended.
Yeah, it's a long movie. I mean, I could see why, but at the same time, you don't fuck with Kubrick, man. He's just one guy you don't fuck with.
But it doesn't feel like 3 hours at all. It just does not. It feels like an hour and a half.
And see, the 20 minutes would put it right at the 3 hour mark. So
yeah. I mean, those early scenes as well, where in the ballroom, and it's quite a lot of talky stuff.
Yeah,
none of that shit is boring.
Everything's
and it's weird.
Every frame of the film is a masterpiece, in my opinion. That's why.
Yeah,
like I know. So I give this a 10 out of 10, straight up.
I give it a strong 9, but I think it might be a 10 on the next viewing.
Yeah, it's just so much.
I've got a view with Kubrick though. I actually think, and people are going to shit on me for this.
Yeah,
I actually think David Lynch is kind of like what he wanted to be like Kubrick, because none of his films have really hit with me.
They're a lot alike.
Yeah, they're a lot like each other, but I think Lynch would love to have been like Kubrick, tried to be like Kubrick. He's not nowhere near that level.
I mean, they're a lot alike as far as the unsolved mystery.
Yeah, yeah.
But as the style, they're completely different styles. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Wild Wrangler says other film with When Evil Lurks.
He's on about Terrified, I think.
Oh, Terrified. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard that it's great. A lot of people said it's great. Kirsty says, yeah, Wild, it's on Shudder. Wow, 10 out of 10. I should revisit this film. Yeah, man, I highly recommend it, man. It's.
I mean, Chris, you can go back and I'm not sure if I don't think Chris was here from the start of the stream, but I mean, you can go back, watch this, and then rewatch the film again. And a lot of what Dirk says, I'm going to take on board in my next viewing. I think, I said to Dirk, I give it 9 out of 10. Yes, last night I think it was.
Yeah.
And even now I'm thinking I did it a misjustice by doing that. Even in my mind now I'm thinking it's a 10 all the way. I really am, because there's so much going on in that film.
And I didn't even mention. I hope I'm not boring nobody with all this. You know what I mean? But
no, not at all, man. Not
just wanted to put it out there and do the film justice the best I can. I mean, hell, in 5 years or so, I might review it again. And it's going to be one of those films that you can review over and over and over and over. Like, I'm not going to do that every year or nothing like that. But maybe in 5 years, I might.
Maybe 5 or 10 years and come back and might have a total different view of it.
Right. There might be something else I missed. I forgot to mention too. I forgot to mention this too. If you pay close attention, which you got to do that in a Kubrick film. When Bill goes to his house, you see the all-seeing eye on his back. You'll see it on his back, and very briefly. When he goes back to the house. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
So it's like I kind of feel like he's part of them now, because of also, I didn't bring this up, but Alice says we're awake now.
Yeah,
she says we're awake now. So the original Trom Novel movie is only an hour and 12 minutes. It's completely different. Like, as far as like, it's not set in Christmas time. It's set like at a carnival time, Mardi Gras, and just so many things that are different. I mean, it kind of follows the same story, that the dream story or whatever, but completely different experience if you watch Trom Novel. I don't know if nobody wants to do that. It's 1969 film, and you got to read it. I think it's Austrian. It's an Austrian film, but
it's not a long film. If I get a chance, I'll definitely watch it.
Hour and 12 minutes. I think it's worth doing just to see the differences, because Kubrick definitely made his own. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I don't know what else I could say. I could talk about Eyes Wide Shut probably forever, man. I really could. I just, like I said, I don't want to bore nobody. There's another theory that this cult was that they were all in a youth regeneration, a youth rejuvenation from what they're doing at the mansion party.
Right. So you mean the older guys, the older men are trying to get youthful.
People's probably basically eating their souls or whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy shit like that. But I just discovered something else too, though. The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. You ever seen that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. It's kind of similar to this, and I would even say Short Night of Glass Dolls could.
Definitely touches on
in this same type of realm.
Yeah, that's amazing you mentioned that, because I didn't even put that into it together. But without a shadow of a doubt.
But out of any film that's similar, none of them are the same. But I still consider this the best one that does it.
Out
of those kind. But
and this film was like when it first came out, it was panned by the critics. I think the only real well-known critic who liked it was Roger Ebert, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that blows my mind to think, and a lot of people just wrote it off as like this erotic thriller, like Basic Instinct or just something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of a throwaway bit of fun type thing. But there's nothing fucking fun in this movie.
Well, there was some critics
as
said
fuck.
that they thought that the orgy scenes were too tame.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, I don't know what they wanted. They want, Patrick showing hardcore fucking penetration. What else would you show?
Kubrick wasn't gonna get no. He wasn't gonna do no NC-17. Like
Yeah.
that was nah. He's gonna get a hard R, but he's not going for that. So
how much do you think? Because Kubrick died, obviously, not like a matter of days on it after this film was finished.
it was like 4 days. Yeah.
So how much do you think of his vision have they got?
I think they pretty much got most of it. Like Leon Vitali, by the way, was his assistant director.
Right. Yeah.
He's the one that plays Red Cloak in the film.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was also in Barry Lyndon, and that's where Kubrick got him to quit acting and come work for him. And but I think him and some other people, they finished editing it, and I watched a whole documentary on Vitali talking about, he knew, like, Kubrick told him exactly how he wanted everything done.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that makes sense then. So it's pretty much like a 90% type,
I think probably, but like I said, Kubrick was never going to be satisfied with any of his films. Like like I heard Nicole Kidman say that he was still editing The Shining. While he was working on Eyes Wide Shut. So.
Yeah. Blows your mind once to think, And she was also like really gutted about his death, in the fact that she said that it wasn't Kubrick's time to go. He had so much more that, through conversations with him, so much more that he wanted to do, so many films, because apparently he was so pissed off he took so long doing each film that you look back on his filmography and he was kind of sad, Kubrick was, because he realized that he didn't make as many films as he should have. But I think that's a plus. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think being like obsessive and taking the time he did, would he have got those same films if he'd have rushed through them? No. So, I'm happy to have what we got from him, even though it's not a massive catalogue.
No, but I mean, would you rather have 60 okay films or
exactly? No, exactly. I'm glad what we got. I haven't seen every single one. There's a few I haven't seen, like Barry Lyndon I've not seen, Lolita I've not seen, but I mean, he's got to be up there with one of the best ever. I think just for A Clockwork Orange, this film, The Shining. Or bloody hell, go on, Full Metal Jacket, one of the best, war films. So he's up there, And I know
I've seen all of them. So even films like Paths of Glory and The Killers and The Killing. I mean, and there's just some. I mean, he's a genius, man. Like in all his shit, and you see he gets better if you go through his filmography. You start from the beginning, and you start going. You see how it gets better with each film. It's insane, but yeah. So I also see the metaphor of commercial, like an orgy of commercial consumption. I'm kind of thinking that's why he picked Christmas, like Christmas time. Plus
because when they're in the store, it's all like sort of people buying things and.
But you never
money being a big factor.
I mean, you see Christmas lights everywhere. You see Merry Christmas in the damn where the Millich character is. You see Merry Christmas all throughout his store, and but you never hear no Christmas music. There's no Christmas cheer in this movie, period. So I'm kind of thinking that Kubrick, because I've heard also everybody wanted to be off on Christmas when he'd be working on something, and he always wanted to work through Christmas, so he didn't really care about Christmas,
Right. Yeah.
But he was Jewish, so that might be part of it. So, but anyway, damn, I'm knocking shit over. But yeah, man, I think we did. I think we did solid on this one, man. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Thanks for everybody in the chat. And let's see, I got. Oh yeah, I was just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Chris C says, "Great stream, gents. I got to go. Have a great last weekend to 2023 all."
Cheers, Chris. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
it. I appreciate everybody in the chat, and y'all checking this out, man. Hopefully we didn't bore y'all. And I did put the spoiler up. So hopefully.
Did you want to go through a few things, or do you want to leave it till next time? I'm happy if you want to leave it. It's up to you.
Yeah, we can do that. Let me. I was going to show just a couple of these, just so people. Well, no. I'll just leave that alone, I guess. But yeah, I meant to. Guess I could do something like that. Let me go back here. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back, man.
Yeah, no worries, man. I think we're just gonna go over like some of the stuff we bought for Christmas, or for us, and then I think Dirk wants to go over there, and he's going to be on his own channel, which I think is starting now anyway. So bear with us; it won't be too long. Basically, anyone got any views on Eyes Wide Shut, just leave them in the chat and let us know what you think of the film yourselves, and even if you've got some kind of your own theory on the film, why everything happens and all that, then just feel free, man. But just even if you want to let us know actually what you've had for Christmas, what you got bought for you, any good gifts, any physical media, just let us know.
All right, man. Let me see who's still here. We still got a few people in here, man. That's cool. There's probably other streams going on, I know. Let's see.
Yeah, I mentioned Gizmos. I said as soon as we're finished, you're going to pop over to Gizmos.
Yeah. Yeah, I might pop in on his and, not say shit for 15 minutes and then leave.
I think what's he do? He's like, I think they're doing their best 5 films they've seen this year.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to research it anyway, so I'll probably give it a miss because I'll have to. I got to write notes on the Euro Cult tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I've got to write my
three
films as well.
I still got to watch Killers on the phone. By the way, we're doing Eurocult in the morning on Dead Pit. Check it out. Where it's going to be my pick. The Killers on the telephone.
Yeah.
The telly's on the telly.
Yeah, Telly Savalas. I would imagine everyone's subscribed to Dead Pit, but if you haven't, go over there, definitely subscribe and enjoy the Euro cults. Yeah.
Did you already show your movies or?
No. I was waiting for you.
I'll go ahead and do you first, man. Go ahead and show your stuff.
Go on in. So first up, I've got Deadly Strangers, and this is one like I think it's 1975. I remember watching this on TV.
Okay.
It's only a bare bones. It's like a bare bones release, but it's the only way you can get it. I think I'm going to be covering that on Dana's channel at some point.
On whose channel?
I know on Dana's for a Patreon pick. Years of Lead. I know Dirk's got this.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you what. I like Rabid Dogs. I watched, and I'll give like a little bit of a mini review on Eurocut tomorrow. I fucking loved it, man. It's a lot. It's kind of like Almost Human, honestly.
Damn. That's saying some shit because Almost Human's high tier.
It's not quite as good, but it's like a similar type of film. It's really fucking good. Murder Obsession, the new release. Stay tuned because I think this may be my next Eurocult pick. I'm not sure.
I was gonna get that, but that's a Blu-ray, right?
That's a Blu-ray, yeah. It's the new one out, so I'm getting it on Amazon.
I was gonna get that, but you told me to not get it because the 4K is coming.
Oh no, didn't you have the other one? The old Railroad release. I thought you showed me.
That's right. That's what I thought you meant that a 4K was coming. But yeah. Okay.
I know. I think this is the Blu-ray. I don't think it's a 4K.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but the one you showed me was the older one.
I just misunderstood. I guess they just did a different Blu-ray.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I've not opened it yet, but I've heard it's good. Hammer Haste of Horror box set. I've watched a few of these over the Christmas. Really like them.
That's all of them, or no? That can't be all of them.
Yeah. They only made 13, I think. Okay. They're all in this. Visiting Hours is an upgrade from the DVD. I love that hospital slasher.
Okay.
Playbirds. This is like not what you think. It's sexploitation, but it's a slasher as well. Okay. With Mary Millington.
Yeah. If I got that, my old lady be like, "What the hell did you get?"
It looks like a porno, but yeah.
It does.
How High? I think everyone's got this. The Arrow one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I
Good rape revenge flick.
I haven't watched it yet though.
Cold Like the Day. I think you've got this as well, haven't you, Dirk? About the UK serial killer Dennis Nielsen.
I don't know if I got that or not. It looks familiar.
It's not a great film, but I mean, I bought it just for the extras, I think. Death as Blue Eyes. That's the Greek giallo supposed to be.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, I remember you saying you got that.
I haven't watched it.
Here's another one. This is a proto slasher, believe it or not. Called The Roommates. Again, it looks like a fucking porn film. But it's only on DVD, like £4. Arrow sent me this as a free gift. Terminal, I've never heard of it. But I doubt if I'll even fucking watch it, to be honest.
They gave it to you?
Yeah.
Damn.
If you bought something like over £50 or whatever, they chuck that in.
Okay.
So I've got a few more. X, everyone's seen, everyone loves it.
Okay.
I do like
that's a different release than I got.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Don't shoot me for this one, but Scream 6. I've not seen it.
I don't mind Scream 6, man. A lot of people hated it, shitted on it, but there's an awesome subway scene that I think's really good. But
okay. They just turn your brain off shit when you need to watch it.
Yeah, man, it's not nothing serious. I don't love the shit, but I don't mind Scream 6, and I'll tell motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. So whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Pearl. Everyone again.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I still don't have Pearl. I need to grab
that. Effects I've never seen, but it's like I think Tom Savini's in it. It's supposed to be like behind the scenes on a slasher film they're working on, and people get bumped off. I got this because Dirk's actually mentioned this a few times. A strange color of your body's tears.
Oh yeah, man. That is a killer homage to Giallo. Like it
Same
is.
director as Amir. So yeah.
And the homage to Giallo in that is like, whoa! It is crazy visual in that damn movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Bear with me, there's only a few more, but got this Interstellar thing. So I got Fatal Games on scope for this release. I think everyone's been showing it off. I love that slasher. So here we go. Mother's Day.
Okay.
Can't wait to dive into that one.
Yeah, I kind of held back on getting those. I'm gonna wait if they don't.
Yeah, you'll get them cheap. You'll get them much cheaper in time. It's just I'm impatient, to be honest.
Right.
Knife plus Heart. Doesn't really say on the slip cover, but Chris recommended me that one.
Man, spot gloss on the knife. That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Cool.
So looking forward to that one. Evil Judgment. Not seen. I've got the old DVD, but they upgraded. And that's almost it. I've got 2 books on the show. First one is Thriller in Every Corner. And it's basically the UK TV series called Thriller was done in the 1970s.
Yeah.
It runs over like 43 episodes. And this basically tells you about every episode. You know, it's amazing. You can't actually buy this. You've got to get it printed up. That's how rare it is. From Hulu, you can get it off Hulu, but you've got to get it printed. It takes a couple of weeks to do it. And last but not least is the book Perverse Titillation. All about Italian giallos. You've got French films. You've got basically just all Euro films.
Yeah, man.
So I'm looking forward to reading that. But yeah, that's my whole.
Cool, man. Let's see.
Should keep me busy for a while.
Texas says, shouldn't he get off the phone so he can kill whoever he needs to kill?
Yeah, well, I wonder if Texas has actually seen the film.
Yeah, you got to see it, man. It's Telly Savalas, but you know, in a giallo. That's pretty damn cool. But
oh god, yeah.
You got Alfa Romero saying effects is great. Early Joe Pilato as well.
That's right. Yeah, that's why I'm interested in it because of the Romero kind of, you know, there's a few sort of nods to Romero in the film as well. So
okay, cool. Hell yeah. Well, I'll show you what I got. I didn't get it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I didn't get that many, but I got a few. So I'll go ahead and show them off right quick. Let's see. So I ordered this a couple months ago from Amazon, and I just got it like yesterday, I think, or the day before, because I didn't have it in my collection, and you know, like I see Romero, like he's a big Romero fan. Well, y'all know I'm a Stanley Kubrick guy, so I got Lolita.
Oh yeah,
which is a great film, and but got that.
Nice.
I got some from the Kino Wonder Wonderland sale. Thought I had more than that. Let's see. I'm tripping or something. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I got the Mephisto Waltz. I have no idea what the hell this is, but that shit looked insane. So,
that's early 70s. I've heard that's pretty good, yeah.
Okay. I think it was in the cult section. So gotta check that one out. I did grab Dogtooth. Heard so much.
Never seen that one.
I've heard so much about it. Never seen it. I got to give it a spin. So and then I got Screams of a Winter Night.
Oh, I got the old bootleg of that. It's like a Bigfoot film, I think. Oh, is it like an anthology?
I think it's an anthology. Yeah, that's why I bought
it. Right.
Because
yeah,
I figured for the winter time coming up, I think it'd be good. And then I got my Orbit order in today. So I didn't have this film, and I passed on it for whatever reason. But I grabbed this one, Double Face with the.
Oh man, you're gonna love that one. Oh, definitely. Great film.
Yeah.
That's Ricardo Freda as well. Yeah, same as Murder Obsession, direct.
Right. Yeah, I've been meaning to see that for a while. Anyway,
We've got to do a Ricardo Freire
Yeah, man.
stream at some point.
we'll get them. We'll get them in here eventually. And then I got this awesome ass steelbook, man. And what I did originally was I bought the Best Buy the final cut of Wicker Man, but I ended up selling it on Best Buy. I mean on eBay.
Yeah.
And I went ahead and got this one. This is the UK edition.
That's the one I got for Gizmo. Yeah, it's supposed to be amazing.
Well, this is the steelbook only. This ain't the
Oh, right. So no, Gizmo had the different one then.
Big deluxe edition, but this
This
has all the cuts on the film of the film. So it's just I didn't need that big deluxe.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was the same one for a minute.
But it is. I mean, it's pretty much the same as far as the discs go. But and then so I was checking out trailers. And I was like, well, let me check this shit out, man. So this is you might have heard of this, but it's a fairly new movie. And when I say new, I mean within the past 10 years. Like, I know.
It's
supposed to be a head nod, homage type film to the Giallo, and that's Barbarian Sound Studio.
Right. Well, yeah. I've got that on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first 20 minutes and just couldn't get into it. It's not to say it's a bad film or anything. Maybe I wasn't in the right state of mind. But something I'll definitely go back and watch. Knowing you've got it as well, if you ever want to cover it, we can do that.
Okay, well, I mean, this son of a bitch won all kind of damn awards at film festivals. I mean, they said it was like big time homage to Giallo. Like the premise is about a sound editor, sound guy, and they bring him in, and they're trying to get him to mix music for a Giallo, and he's never done any type of horror or anything like that.
Exactly.
He gets consumed by the Giallo films. So I was like, awesome shit, I'm gonna check this shit out. But I think it's gonna be good.
Kind of similar to like Blow Up, or Blow 8, I should say.
Right.
Where Travolta's working as the same like engineer on a slasher film.
And then I got this this Japanese Giallo, Maniac Driver. So I'm gonna check that shit out.
I'm sure Steve actually played that on Patreon or something. Pretty sure I've seen it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
But yeah, it's supposed to be like really damn good, man. Like good reviews I've seen, and I watched the trailer again. This is about some guy that he's a cab driver, and his wife, either she died or she was murdered, and he's trying to pick his perfect victim. So I like the whole.
Can't remember if it might have got the one he got pulled, but I'm pretty sure he played it on there. Yeah.
Okay.
I might be mixing up though, so don't take me, definite.
Right. But yeah, he the trailer looked insane good. So I was like, shit, yeah. And the whole thing, I order from Orbit, if you order 3, then shipping's free. So
okay, yeah.
But I could have just stayed at 3, but then I seen those that other one, and I was like, okay. But the whole reason I did order from Orbit was because I had to get this, So the Wicker Man.
What's that? Oh, the Wicker Man one, yeah.
Yeah. And plus that steelbook looks killer. I mean, I just didn't want it. I mean, I sold the Best Buy one for $50. I paid 20 for it, whatever. But
I only just saw that recently, the Wicker Man as well, and I'm still trying to process it. But I was surprised Dana didn't like. Has only recently saw that as well, and she didn't like it at all. Dana hated it.
It's considered the best British horror film ever made.
Right, I don't know if I go that far, but it's definitely it's in the conversation.
That's what
definitely
most people say, or anyway. But
it's fucking evil. Yeah, that's another film that's got like a cult and it's kind of evil.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I could play that I could play Wicker Man. I mean, a lot of people can compare Midsommar to it, but I don't really compare. I don't think Midsommar is like Wicker Man, really. I mean, yeah, there's a cult involved, but I mean, there's so many cult films that aren't like each other. I don't know.
The thing that threw me with Wicker Man is like it's basically a fucking musical as well in places where they burst into song.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I liked it enough to give it like a strong 7, 8 or 10. But I think I'll go back and I'll like it more. I think it will creep up. That's definitely one that will.
I think it's wild that Christopher Lee did that movie for free. I think and it's also his favorite of anything he did. Is what
he does a good interview as well. Yeah, I think it's on YouTube or on the DVD itself. That's crazy now.
Texas says, I've been wanting Maniac Driver for a long time. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
You can get it on Orbit, man. They got it.
Probably get it on sale now as well. Yeah. I don't know if you got Boxing Day, because we got Boxing Day sales and stuff. Certainly on now for about a week.
You got what?
Boxing Day, they start sales.
Like
the day after Christmas, Boxing Day.
What the hell? That's some new.
Yeah. I don't think you've got Boxing Day, have you?
Well, I just heard about Boxing Day, so it's kind of crazy. Like what the?
Yeah. It's crazy.
They got a new holiday for every day. They got National Donut Day, all kind of weird shit going on. But
oh god, yeah.
But yeah, man, I guess it's been fun, man. It's been like a chore, man. Like I really went in pretty hard on Eyes Wide Shut. I knew it was the only film we were going to talk about. And I mean, there's probably some shit I left out, but and I didn't even go into Trom Novel, but
I think you did it justice, man, because I know this is one of your real favorite films.
Yeah.
And I know you've done tons of notes on it in the past and all that. So I kind of, went in, I did do a little bit of research on that, but I wanted to try and have a fresh kind of view on it.
Yeah.
This time. But yeah, I think you nailed it, man. I think you've done a great talk on it.
I think we did, man. I think it turned out good. Hopefully everybody else does too, and they don't like.
Well, if people like this one, we'll do The Shining as well at some point.
Yeah, we're definitely. I love digging into films like this, man. This was my main reason to start a channel, was to dig into ambiguous films. And if you go back all the way to my very first video, I talk about that in my very first video.
And I mean, you've got to have something you're passionate about as well, because it comes through the screen and people know you're passionate about it. And hopefully that, people will enjoy that and get views. And people, because they can feed off your passion and all that. So it definitely, your love for that film come through in this stream for sure.
Oh yeah. But yeah, man, I know you dig it too, though. So it was.
Oh god, yeah, definitely. It's going to become one of my all-time favorites.
Because I was thinking about like Don't Look Now as well as like another one of these kind of films. I
was going to say that. I didn't say that in the stream, but yeah,
they're highly rewatchable. There's so many different avenues, so many different tunnels you can go. I mean, I didn't.
And each scene is like a fucking painting as well.
Right.
It's just so meticulous to detail.
And Alice, her name's Alice. Alice in Wonderland. I mean, you can take it that way if you want to go that way. But yeah, man, it's been awesome, man. I enjoyed doing this one. I know I've kind of pissed my wife off probably because it's all I've been talking about the past 4 days and shit. So
Tasha, you got him back now, so
yeah. But yeah, man, well, I guess we'll get out of here and appreciate everybody in the chat. Like, subscribe, comment, do all those good things, and if you want to, no pressure, But
again, cheers, guys, for every single one of you. Is appreciated.
Yeah,
and stay tuned because we're going to be doing a lot more.
The views are growing, and we're getting more subs and stuff, so that's cool. But we're gonna get out of here, y'all. You have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Let's see, I got it. Uh-oh.